Roll A, take A.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for this special half-hour edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Drake Etheridge.
And I'm Maddie McVeigh. For the next 30 minutes, we will bring you stories making headlines at Virginia Tech and in the New River Valley. In the first half hour of our newscast, we will look specifically at stories related to the Virginia Tech campus and community.
And later in the show, we turn our attention to the news around the New River Valley area. First, a look at news happening in and around Virginia Tech. This time of year, the fall semester ends for Tech students with final exams, final projects, and packing up to head home for winter break. Students are major customers for most downtown Blacksburg businesses, so how are businesses impacted when there's a mass exodus of students? Newsfeed reporter Emma Shimley tells us more in this report.
It's the beginning of the holiday season, and downtown Blacksburg is gearing up accordingly. One thing downtown store owners anticipate is the impact the end of the Virginia Tech semester has on their businesses. Tech's long winter break means students will return to their hometowns, taking away a majority of the college town's regular businesses. Owner and operator of Big Al's and Poor Billy's, Billy Edwards, recognizes the difference there is downtown during breaks and compares it to night and day. He now closes both down during breaks.
Really, being a small business, I really don't like closing, and I've been very stubborn about it, but it's coming to a point now where, numbers don't lie, and it keeps going down.
TR Collection owner Michelle Robb has approached Tech's semester breaks with a different approach. During winter break, she markets her gift shop to local residents by hosting a variety of events advertised towards them.
We'll do ladies' night out where we bring folks in and have some little activities going on and discounts and just shopping sprees. We also will have, as part of larger events that we have downtown.
Rob says that local residents often venture downtown and spend the day lunching and shopping when there are no students around. She and Edwards both agree that while the lack of students gives downtown a more relaxed vibe, they know it's a college town and love their student customers. Reporting for the Newsfeed, this has been Emma Shimley.
Virginia Tech students now have a new way of getting home for the winter break. Launching earlier this month, the Virginia Breeze takes passengers from Blacksburg to Union Station in Washington, D.C. The newly developed bus system offers Virginia Tech students and local residents a different way to travel up Interstate 81. The service has started out small with just 2 buses departing from Squire Student Center every day, but that's something organizers hope will change.
If people use the service, it will continue to grow regardless. And again, hopefully that'll prices will go down, congestion will reduce on 81. It'll be just a convenient service that everyone in this area can use.
This service is similar to the one in Christiansburg, but the convenience of the Breeze bus for students also comes with a higher price tag. Officials with the Virginia Breeze say since the service was started by grant money, it will take some time for the prices to go down. While most students are enjoying their time off during the winter break, some will be returning to class to catch up or get ahead in their degree program. Winter session enters its 5th year this December as the program for students continues to grow. Offered in 4 different forms, Winter Session has seen a steady increase in students and courses since being created in 2013. Whether it is catching up on a major or minor, or keeping on pace for graduating early, students at Virginia Tech keep signing up. Janice Jock, who helps oversee Winter Session, says one department in particular sees a lot of activity during the 3-week period.
The Department of English offers the most courses during the winter session, and by college, the College of Liberal Arts and Human Sciences has the most offerings. Our goal is to have winter session just keep growing in enrollment and providing courses that students need.
Students can still add courses to Winter Session this year. Online classes are set to start December 26th, and residential courses are slated for January 2nd. It's that time of year where just about everyone is in the giving spirit.
This month, Virginia Tech's Hokie Wellness has begun their annual winter coat drive, giving back to locals and Hokies in need to brave the cold this season. Newsfeed reporter Andrew Matua-Puwaka tells us more.
As the Christmas season approaches, there are a few services that Virginia Tech has to offer in this time of giving. Although this project just began, Hokie Wellness has come up with what is called the Winter Coat Drive.
We didn't get it started until the beginning of December, so we really only have a 2-week collection period that we're doing. So, like I said, anything we get we'll be happy with.
The Winter Coat Drive accepts coats in all sizes for employees and their children that are in need. Hokie Wellness strategically designates the drop-off locations in areas that are more popular in hopes of drawing more attention to this cause. Some drop-off locations include McComas Hall, War Memorial, and Squires.
We just feel like this is a real promising opportunity to help our employees that are such an important part of this university that may need our help.
The Winter Coat Drive was sparked by Hokie Wellness in the spirit of Virginia Tech's motto, Ut Prosum, that I may serve. Epperly already has ways she intends to distribute the coats to those in need.
We've secured a private conference room so that if someone is in need of a coat that they can come and select one in a private manner.
A-Good already has plans to improve next year's coat drive in order to maximize the cause and help as many people as possible in years to come.
But if we can start it earlier, maybe before Thanksgiving, we hope we can get more.
This has been Andrew Matua-Puwaka reporting.
Stay with us, there's more ahead on this special edition of the Newsfeed. We'll tell you why fishing is a year-round sport enjoyed by some, even in frigid cold temperatures.
And everyone has a story. Coming up, a look behind camera to see how a Virginia Tech group captures the lives and experiences of some special Hokies.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to this extended edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Maddie McVeigh.
And I'm Drake Etheridge. The most popular time of the year to fish is typically during the spring and summer, but some anglers pursue fishing during the winter months.
Fishing in frigid temperatures is not always promising, but some environments allow anglers to experience success on the water during cold weather seasons. The bass fishing team at Virginia Tech is one of many teams across the nation that fish in frigid temperatures. Collegiate series tournaments are active throughout the year. Tyler Dixon says bass fishing in the winter has potential for success.
It can be a struggle. In the past, we've gone to warm water discharge lakes, and so it kind of gets us away from the wintertime fishing. It's more of, it's like fishing in the spring. So it can be a little bit more exciting, catch more fish, and just a little bit more fun fishing in general.
A warm water discharge lake generally has a power plant that is built on the lake, which discharges water from it. This changes the ecosystem of the lake, so fish are more comfortable moving closer to the surface of the water instead of remaining in deep levels during the colder months. This allows anglers to experience a higher success rate at catching fish.
News: bowl season is an exciting time for the college football teams, but especially for the Virginia Tech Hokies as they head to bright and sunny Orlando, Florida to take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Newsfeed reporter Mary Desmond gives us a look at what happens during a Virginia Tech bowl trip.
For Virginia Tech football, the Camping World Bowl game in Orlando, Florida is just around the corner. So what goes into planning a bowl game? I had the opportunity to sit down with Daniel Bartelstein, Senior Director of Football Operations, to get an insider's look.
So for us as a team, what we did was we got together with a core group of people who was going to be heavily involved with the bowl preparation, from our marketing to our video to hotels and operation, myself, just so we can start compiling it all together.
Bartelstein says that planning for bowl trips isn't all that difficult because the hotel and bowl events are mostly laid out already. Events that are planned for the trip include teaming up with Oklahoma State to visit with underprivileged children, as well as a trip to Universal Studios. This year's bowl trip also includes a $400 shopping spree to Best Buy.
It really is a reward for the successful season and all the hard work that they put in.
Hisham Ziyout, a trainer who works for the football team, is excited about the trip, even if it means not spending Christmas with his family.
Never been to Disney World. I'm not sure what other events are being planned, but I'm excited to see what Orlando's like. Excited to be at the hotel, the warm weather.
As the trip draws closer,
Danielle and the rest of the Hokies are definitely staying busy, finishing preparing for sunny Orlando.
Everyone sacrifices quite a bit during the football season, so it's nice to be able to say thank you, and this is kind of our way to do that.
This is Mary Desmond reporting for the Newsfeed.
When you talk about legendary coaches at Virginia Tech, most people think of Frank Beamer. However, there is another former coach that left his impact on the baseball program. Former Virginia Tech baseball coach Chuck Hartman will be inducted into the Virginia Sports Hall of Fame this spring. The all-time winningest coach in Hokies history coached in Blacksburg for 28 seasons and for a total of 47 years. While at Virginia Tech, Hartman won 961 of 1,400 total wins. Hartman was inducted into the Virginia Tech Sports Hall of Fame in 2002, and his jersey number has been retired. The former Hokie skipper will be inducted alongside Frank Beamer, which, according to Hartman, makes the moment even more memorable. This will be his 6th Hall of Fame induction.
Coach Beamer is a legend, and I suppose now, luckily, I'm a legend. Winning's very special to me, as you can tell.
While his coaching days may be over, Coach Hartman says he is enjoying retirement. He also continues to follow the program and love the game that he has devoted his life to.
At a school of 30,000 students, it's hard to feel connected to everyone. However, a Facebook page is fostering community on Virginia Tech's campus. Newsfeed reporter Harvey Creasy tells us how in this next story.
Finals week at Virginia Tech can be an especially dull time for students. The cold weather paired with intensive studying fills the libraries and keeps social interactions at a minimum. One organization tries to remind Hokies that there's more to each of us than meets the eye. Humans of Virginia Tech, a Facebook page, regularly showcases community members with a portrait and a story, sharing personalities and personas to perfect strangers. From students with unique hobbies to eccentric professors to some more serious posts, the editors of Humans of Virginia Tech try to make campus feel a little smaller.
We never really get negative responses. Usually everyone who follows it sees a response, sees a story that's kind of hard and personal to share, and they just flood them with love and support.
With over 50 photojournalists, subjects aren't too hard to find. Using their networks and friends of friends, they've amassed a large following on hundreds of posts.
Honestly, for us, we're such a huge factor into showing how unique and cool everybody is at Tech.
The page, which is loosely based on the extremely popular Humans of New York, has over 17,000 Facebook likes and features almost 700 posts. Club President Ricky Lamb tells me that 17,000 is good, but he wants it to reach the entire Virginia Tech campus. Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Harvey Creasy.
Well, that wraps up our look at some of the stories making news in the Virginia Tech community. Stick around, there's more ahead.
Coming up, a look at some stories in the New River Valley area. Our Newsfeed cohorts Chase Parker and Mary Desmond are standing by in the newsroom, and they will take you through the second half of this newscast. Chase and Mary?
Thanks, Drake and Maddie. That's right, we will be shifting gears, turning our focus to the New River Valley.
Yes, and some of the stories just ahead are a look at how emergency personnel prepare for inclement winter weather at a moment's notice. And we'll tell you how the National Toys for Tots program is making a big impact locally.
And pets are popular gifts during the holidays, but some shelters discourage from giving pets as presents. We'll tell you why. Stay with us. We'll be back after this short break.
Hi! Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Hey, take A.
Hello, and welcome back to the second half of this special half-hour edition of the News Feed. I'm Chase Parker.
And I'm Mary Desmond.
In the first half of our newscast, we looked at Virginia Tech stories that are making headlines, and now we turn our attention to news around the New River Valley. Last year, Blacksburg and much of the New River Valley faced little to no winter weather. Recently, however, the Blacksburg area has been greeted with snow and frigid temperatures. With the onset of inclement weather in Blacksburg, many residents have experienced struggles due to the icy roads and freezing temperatures. During snowy weather, the Blacksburg Police Department is busy attending to car accidents, and snowplows are everywhere, salting the roads and sidewalks. Zach Weinstein, a Blacksburg resident, says that he walks to work to avoid the car troubles, but that cold walk makes his journey miserable. Weinstein has noticed the chaos that the weather can cause.
Last night I was at the gym and I work out in front of some big windows in front of a parking lot, and a couple cars went in right after the snow came down and they started spinning around. So I got to have a show while I was working out.
Police and other emergency personnel advise using caution on the roads if you do so choose to drive. Otherwise, stay inside and off the roads when possible. As winter weather conditions continue throughout the NRV, Blacksburg Transit is updating its fleet. Soon, 4 new buses will feature 2 big changes. One is that there will be no more so-called bendy seats in the middle area of the bus that bends. Instead, there will be standing poles that will allow the new buses to carry more passengers. Maintenance manager Mike Price says this will alleviate overcrowded buses. Another new addition are USB ports under the seats. Price believes students will appreciate those.
Easy thing to add to help, especially late nights, weekends, for their safety, to get off a bus with a dead phone versus having a phone that's fully charged.
The purchase of these buses won't just be good news for students, it will also be great for the environment. That's because they will feature cleaner engines designed to reduce air pollution. On December 2nd, President Trump's new tax plan was approved by the U.S. Senate.
Under this plan, 13 million people will lose health insurance in order to supply corporate tax cuts. This bill will greatly affect hospitals in the New River Valley area. Many NRV hospitals are nonprofit, which means they are required to treat patients whether they have health insurance or not. Under Obamacare, the costs of treating these patients were subsidized by the government. Now, hospitals will be forced to cover the cost of treating hundreds of uninsured patients themselves, and will either have to decrease staff salaries or increase the cost of emergency services. This bill is expected to put a major financial strain on individuals in the NRV and the entire local health care system. Christiansburg is in for further growth of their retail district as the long-deserted Christiansburg Marketplace is now under new ownership. A pair of unnamed investors have purchased the plaza, which has several people excited about the possibility of new stores in the New River Valley. The ownership group purchased the property for $30 million and is said to have already agreed to fill 65% of the vacant storefronts, including the possibility of a Trader Joe's. But the 29-acre marketplace has been struggling for more than a decade. A Joann Fabrics and Crafts, a Harbor Freight Tools, and an Office Max are the only 3 retailers that remain. Christiansburg Mayor Mike Barber believes that it could bring another 300 to 500 jobs. Barber and the Christiansburg Town Council have backed the project by providing $1.3 million to a new traffic signal and access roads via Peppers Ferry Road and North Franklin Street. The New River Valley Mall in Christiansburg has had some struggles. Mall management hopes holiday shopping will bring in more customers and revenue. In the last 2 years, major retail stores such as PacSun, Rue 21, Gap, and JCPenney have been forced to close down their locations in the shopping center due to underwhelming sales. Even though the mall puts on such events as Touch a Truck and the Fall Festival, mall management says that nothing brings in customers quite like the holiday season.
Christmas is the #1 shopping season of the year behind back to school, so there's a lot of focus put on the Christmas time and a lot of efforts in their advertising. Yeah, it's very important. Most of the store sales are in the holiday season. So.
Mall management also says that it is working to bring new stores that will enhance the shopping experience.
Each year, the Roanoke Valley prepares for one of its premier events. For the past 25 years, the city of Salem, Virginia, has hosted the Stag Bowl. While this event has been a success in Salem, 2017 will be the last time Division III powers will grace the gridiron in the Commonwealth. Newsfeed reporter Brady Hess joins us to tell us more. Brady?
Thanks, Mary. In sports, longevity is all but unheard of in the present day. When it was proposed to the NCAA in 1993 to bring the Division III football national title game to Salem, they never thought they would host the game, let alone be its home for 25 years. In 2017, the staff in Salem is working hard to make sure the game's final version in the Valley runs smoothly, all while looking back with pride of the legacy they have cemented, and a question mark for what the future holds.
Salem has been known as the City of Champions since 1993. The city has hosted many NCAA Division III championship events in the past 25 years, and the most popular may be the Stag Bowl, the Division III football championship. Although the event is familiar when it comes to preparation, everyone is all in.
Just getting all hands on deck, because not only are we just trying to get the football stadium ready, you have an arena inside that's got the Ghilardi Trophy Banquet on Wednesday. There's other meetings that take place at the Civic Center, so we kind of share staff between the Civic Center and the stadium. So it's trying to get all those hands in the right place at the right time.
Whether it is painting the field or snapping pictures for the game program, this year the preparation has a little bit different of a feel. While everyone is still working hard to connect the dots and making sure the game runs smoothly, Salem's 25th Stag Bowl will be its last. For now. After this year's edition of the National Championship, the game will relocate to Shenandoah, Texas. People all across the Roanoke Valley have great memories that come with this game. Whether it was 18 inches of snow in 2009 or Mount Union's 20 appearances in Salem, people look back and smile. These great memories, people like Mike Stevens think the change is coming at a right time.
I think the reason it's leaving really has to do with new ideas at the NCAA office. They feel like it should now move around instead of Salem being the road for the championship, and that's fine with us. 25 years, good luck duplicating that. We think we've done pretty good.
Although the NCAA may have outgrown the city of Salem, Salem has set the bar high for those who will host next.
While the absence of the Stag Bowl will create a void, the city of Salem will become the host of various NCAA D2 and D3 championships in wrestling, softball, lacrosse, and basketball beginning in 2019. I'm Brady Hess reporting. Now back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Brady. Toys for Tots is an annual program that has been around for decades and returns every holiday season. Coming up, we'll tell you how Toys for Tots impacts the New River Valley community.
And while they are adorable and cute, pets as Christmas gifts may not be the best idea. We'll tell you why.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back to the news feed. I'm Chase Parker.
And I'm Mary Desmond. Borrowing an idea from Richmond, Virginia, the town of Blacksburg has launched a competition for artists in hopes of bringing awareness to the town's local waterways.
The competition involves painting sustainability-themed works on storm drains around the town. Newsfeed reporter Caitlin Mead tells us more.
The town of Blacksburg is launching a public arts campaign to help bring attention to the town's local waterways. Borrowed from the city of Richmond, Blacksburg is holding a competition and asking local artists to submit artwork that they would like to paint on a storm drain around town. Many students are getting engaged with the project, including sophomore landscape architecture major Amanda Hayton.
I thought it was really interesting using storm drains because they're actually a really important part of the whole city, and I think a lot of people overlook them, so this was a cool way to make it pretty but then also show importance of their use and stuff.
The project is intended to highlight the importance of the overall health of Blacksburg's waterways.
And so this seems like another way for us to bring the arts in and have a broader conversation about our natural environment, about water quality, about just raising people's awareness.
This is not the first attempt by the town of Blacksburg to bring attention to this issue, seeing as Strubles Creek is one of the most impaired waterways in the state of Virginia.
And people have this common misconception that when water goes into a storm drain, it gets treated somewhere, when in fact it just gets straight piped into our rivers. So anything that's on our streets goes into our rivers.
All ideas can be submitted anytime before January 19th of 2018.
And we're just a town that really loves public art too, and we want to support that.
Reporting for the Newsfeed, I'm Caitlin Mead.
Toys for Tots is a program that helps millions of children all over the country, but also right here in our local communities. The people behind Toys for Tots have been working hard to collect toys for children who are less fortunate this holiday season, specifically right here in our community. The New River Valley has several drop-off locations where residents of the area can bring their donations for pickup. The goal of the local Toys for Tots campaign is to collect enough toys for all low-income families, allowing them to have an enjoyable holiday. The New River Valley campaign ends December 23rd. The toys will then be distributed to local social service agencies and charities.
You've likely seen the videos of someone opening their present to find a puppy or a kitten inside. But when the cameras are turned off and the Christmas tree comes down, what you don't see is how the moment of joy turns into a long-term commitment of care. Local shelters say oftentimes they see return adoptions after Christmas. It's a problem they're working to combat. Newsfeed reporter Ashley Wills takes a closer look.
I had my dog 14 years and I don't know how I'd live without him.
Janie Bailey got her dog as a Christmas gift from her sister.
I got a poodle and I couldn't have been more happier.
But for many people who get a new furry friend as a present, the story doesn't always have a happy ending.
A lot of those do end up coming back because either it's not a match for that person or wait, I didn't want an animal.
As people are checking off the final items on their holiday list, some may think an animal is the gift that keeps on giving and decide to go pick out the new four-legged friend themselves.
If that person's going to be the caregiver, they need to pick the animal that they bond with. And the thought is good, but let's do it the right ways to keep, the best adoption possible so that it lasts forever.
To help combat the issue, workers at the shelter offer an alternative solution to the shoppers picking out the animal.
We really try to discourage it as a Christmas surprise. If they want to do that, we will offer them a voucher, and if they want to pay for the adoption and pay for the spay-neuter process or the vetting, we'll allow them to go on and prepay for them. Then we'll give them a certificate and let them take and give the certificate to that friend.
The shelter's manager says over the years it's a system that seemed to work. This month, the Salem Animal Shelter is offering a 50% discount on adoptions so that every pet can find its forever home.
Just think it really makes a person happy.
In Salem, Ashley Wells reporting for the Newsfeed.
If you're looking for some holiday fun in the New River Valley, you may want to check out one spot in Salem, Virginia.
Located on 152 Upland Drive is the Mills Family Christmas Light Show with over 3,500 lights. Newsfeed reporter Emily McCall takes us there in this report.
What's better than a white Christmas? How about a Christmas decked out in 3,500 LED pixelated lights sunk to holiday music? Husband and wife duo Casey and Elizabeth Mills have been building Christmas light displays for almost 5 years now in the Salem, Virginia area.
So we've been growing it for a few years and researched these things online, and that's just what a lot of other people are doing. They use a small FM transmitter. It only goes a few blocks, but it typically sounds pretty good. And synchronizes the music and adds a lot of extra effect for the people that are watching.
The Mills Family Lights Show currently resides outside 152 Upland Drive in Salem, Virginia. Cars can drive up to the house, park across the street from the driveway, and tune in to radio station 90.3 to hear one of 3 songs sunk to an electronic audio light display in their front yard.
It's really cool because I do teach kindergarten, and I let my kids know that we have lights, and so they'll bring the kids over, and sometimes you'll hear them out there screaming. We even had someone one day leave a note in our mailbox that was like, "We're Jewish, but we come by almost every night."
For more information on the light display, check out millsfamilylights.com, where you can find a link to the Mills Family Lights Facebook page, access to a live traffic cam, and a list of hours in which visitors can drive by to see the free display. The 3 songs for this year's display include Winter Wonderland, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and Hand Clap. This has been Emily McCall reporting for the Newsfeed.
That will wrap up this extended edition of the news feed. A look at stories making headlines in the New River Valley and at Virginia Tech.
The newsfeed will be taking a break over the next few months, but we will be returning in February with a new group of reporters and anchors, and a new crop of stories to keep you up to date about what's going on with Virginia Tech and the NRV.
While we are away, if you have a story idea, send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And although we will be away, we will still be connected online via Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chase Parker.
And I'm Mary Desmond. From all of us here at the newsfeed, we hope you have a safe and enjoyable holiday season. Thanks for watching.